Yesterday, I went to splurge some of my hard-earned cash on the new Apple AirPods Pro. I didn't really need them. I have these cheap wireless earbuds that do the job at a fraction of the price, and we are talking about $249 versus $19. If you ask me if there is a noticeable difference in performance, I will tell you that yes, I hear and feel the difference. But they aren't worth the extra $200 that you pay to get these fancier earbuds. I knew that before I made my purchase. So the question is simple. Why did I buy the AirPods Pro? Well, I have my justifications. First, I love new technology and I love the way that Apple devices work seamlessly together. When I run and I wear these, they get heavy and I have to adjust this band several times. But most of all, it's because I can't afford them. Even though I'm not rich and money doesn't grow in my garden. I don't even have a garden. Not a big deal, right? It's okay to spend money on the stuff that you like. For me, it was the AirPods Pro. For someone else, it may be an expensive purse, a nice watch, a car, whatever. Although, when I spend my money on stuff that I don't need, I always feel guilty. But that feeling usually goes away in 1 or 2 days. But this time, something happened that completely changed my perception. As I left the Apple store, I saw this old Italian lady begging for money. She was definitely in her 80s. I passed by her and didn't even look her in her eyes. After a few steps, I realized that it was evident that she was embarrassed, tired of standing in the street. But most of all, it was evident that she wasn't faking it, that she needed the money she was asking. I looked at my purchase and felt ashamed of myself for being such an egoistic prick, so I dug my wallet out. I was looking for some coins, but I didn't have any. The smallest note I had was €10. I turned back and went to give it to her. To my surprise, she gasped, and I didn't expect that reaction. €10 to me is literally nothing, but to her, it seemed to mean the world. I imagined her going to the grocery to buy some fresh food that would probably last her for 1 or 2 days, and I couldn't stand there any longer. I quickly shunned myself from her gratitude, which made me feel even more ashamed of myself. Of course, I was glad to help her out, but I couldn't ignore that with the money I burned on an item that means nothing to me, I could have fed her for a whole month. I remember a Bill Gates speech that he gave to a class of kids at some primary school. He was teaching 10 lessons to be happy in life. The one that hit me the most was this: life is unfair. Get used to it. I think he wanted to say something like, there are too many unfair things happening, and you cannot care about it all, because if you do, you will be forever sad and depressed. So, you might as well get used to it and accept the truth. Life is unfair. We eat in expensive restaurants, while 4 kids die every second of starvation. Is that fair? We consume products made from the suffering, humiliating agony of our fellow Earth cohabitants. Is that fair? We live in safe countries, inside our comfortable homes, and sleep in soft and warm beds. Is that fair? Of course not. It's not fair. I think that Bill Gates' lesson makes a lot of sense. We are naturally prone to experience pleasure, and we all deserve to be safe and happy. There's no way in this world for you to fix all the mess out there, to stop all the suffering and all the injustice. So it's true. Get used to it, because if you don't, you'll always feel miserable, sad, and depressed. Yet, ignoring others' suffering isn't human either. In this story, €10 made the difference for that poor lady. Does that make me a hero? Of course not. As I said, €10 means nothing to me, and I feel embarrassed for my lifestyle. I feel ashamed of myself for being so lucky, being born on the right side of the world, under a safe roof, allowed to get a proper education, aren't personal achievements. It really is just luck. That small contribution, though, made me feel proud, less selfish, and these feelings are priceless. It made me think and realize that I'm not doing anything to support those that are in need. And it's time for me to wake up and stop being a selfish ass. It made me understand that every small contribution is never too small, and is definitely way better than doing nothing at all.